Pretend to be unconscious. Get off the train. I almost laughed when I heard those words crack through my phone, but the voice on the other end wasn't joking. It was my neighbor, Carla Benton, calm, grounded Carla, now trembling like something had shattered her. "What are you talking about?" I whispered, scanning the quiet carriage. "Please, Sienna, don't ask questions. Just do it. Now." The way she said my name, Sienna Hayes, didn't sound like concern. It sounded like urgency wrapped in fear. I was on my way to my younger sister Lily's wedding. Everything was planned, polished, perfect. I had my dress, my gift, my rehearsed smile. Nothing about this day was supposed to unravel. But Carla's breathing hitched sharply. "They're expecting you." My fingers tightened around the phone. "Who is?" Silence. Then the call dropped. I sat there, staring at my reflection in the glass, watching the landscape blur past like it didn't matter anymore. Something cold settled deep inside me, heavy and wrong. My phone buzzed again. A message. Unknown number. I opened it slowly. 3 words stared back at me. "Don't arrive alive." I read the message again, slower this time, like the meaning might change if I blinked hard enough. It didn't. "Don't arrive alive." My throat went dry. My first instinct was to call Carla back, but her number went straight to voicemail. I tried again. Same result. I looked around the train. A businessman pretending to sleep. A couple whispering too quietly. A woman across the aisle watching me just a second too long before looking away. Carla's words echoed in my head. "They're expecting you." Who was? I thought about Lily, my little sister, the golden one. The wedding had come together too fast. New fiancé, Daniel Mercer. Wealthy. Polished. Charming in a way that felt rehearsed. I'd met him once. He smiled too easily. Asked too many careful questions. And then there was the seating chart. Lily had insisted I arrive early. Said I had a special role but wouldn't explain over the phone. My stomach tightened. Another buzz. A second message from the same unknown number. This one had a photo. I opened it, and my blood turned cold. It was a printed wedding program. My name circled in red, and beneath it one word, Target. My hand started shaking so badly, I had to lock my phone just to stop staring at it. Target. Not guest. Not sister. Not bridesmaid. Target. I forced myself to breathe, slow and quiet, like nothing was wrong. Like my entire world hadn't just tilted sideways. Carla said get off the train. Right now. I stood up. The movement felt unnatural, like everyone could hear my pulse echoing through the carriage. The woman across the aisle glanced at me again. Too quick, too aware. I grabbed my bag and walked toward the restroom, not because I needed it, but because I needed a door. A lock. A second to think. Inside, I leaned against the sink, staring at my reflection. Sienna Hayes. I whispered to myself. What are you missing? The engagement. The rushed wedding. Daniel's eyes. Lily's insistence. And that message. Target. My phone buzzed again. Another photo. This time, it was taken inside the train. My breath stopped. It was me, from behind, standing in this exact hallway seconds ago. Someone here had just taken it. And then I noticed something else in the corner of the image. A man. Watching me, smiling slightly, waiting. My chest tightened as I stared at the photo. The man wasn't just in the background, he was positioned. Intentional. Close enough to reach me in seconds. I turned slowly, heart hammering, and unlocked the restroom door. The hallway looked the same. Too normal. But then I saw him. Same jacket. Same posture. Same faint, controlled smile. He wasn't hiding. He was waiting for me to recognize him. Our eyes met, and he didn't look away. A quiet, deliberate step forward. That was enough. I slammed the door shut, locked it, and backed away like the metal might somehow protect me. Think. Carla said pretend to be unconscious. Not run. Not hide. Unconscious. Why? My eyes flicked to the small emergency instruction panel on the wall, then to the narrow window. The train was slowing. A stop. If I collapse now, they'd have to remove me. Protocol. Medical emergency. Off the train. away from him. My pulse steadied just enough to act. I grabbed my water bottle, splashed some across my face, then forced myself down onto the cold floor. I let my body go limp, counted breaths, listened. Footsteps outside. Closer. A pause. Then a knock.
Soft.
Controlled. And a voice I didn't expect. "Ms. Hayes, we need to talk." I didn't move. Didn't breathe. Every instinct screamed at me to react, but I forced my body to stay heavy slack like I'd already slipped away. Another knock. Slightly firmer. "Ms. Hayes, I know you're awake." My heart slammed once. Hard, but I kept still. Silence stretched. Then footsteps. Retreating. I counted to 10 before opening my eyes. Too fast. Too close. He knew. I pushed myself up just as the train jolted slightly, slowing further. The announcement crackled overhead. Next stop approaching. This was my window. I unlocked the door and stepped out, keeping my movements unsteady, like I was barely conscious. A conductor spotted me immediately, rushing forward. "Ma'am, are you all right?" "Perfect." I swayed, let my knees buckle just enough. I don't feel right," I murmured. Hands caught me. Voices overlapped. Within seconds, everything shifted. Attention. Urgency.
Distraction.
Exactly what I needed. They guided me down the aisle, past him. I didn't look directly, but I felt it. His eyes on me. Tracking. Calculating. As they helped me off the train onto the platform, cold air hit my face like reality snapping back into place. I thought I was safe, until I saw who was waiting. Standing beside the paramedics. Smiling gently. My sister. Lily. For a second, everything inside me went still. Lily wasn't supposed to be here. Her wedding was hours away, in another city. She should have been surrounded by flowers, makeup artists, chaos, not standing on a quiet platform, perfectly composed, watching me like she'd been expecting this exact moment. "Sienna," she said softly, stepping closer. "You don't look well." Her tone was warm, concerned, too perfect. The paramedic beside me asked a few questions, but I barely heard him. My focus locked on Lily's face, searching for something real. "Anything? You came all this way?" I managed. She smiled. "Of course. You're my sister." But her eyes flicked, just for a second, past me. To the train.
To him.
My stomach dropped. This wasn't coincidence. This was coordination. Carla's voice echoed in my mind. "They're waiting for you. Not just him. Her." I stepped back slightly, enough to break Lily's reach. "Why are you here, Lily?" Her expression didn't change. Not even a crack. Instead, she leaned closer, lowering her voice so only I could hear. "You were never supposed to make it to the wedding, Sienna." My blood ran cold. And then she added, almost gently, "You were the surprise." For a moment, I just stared at her. At Lily, my little sister. The one I used to protect, defend, believe in without question. "You're joking," I said quietly, even though nothing about her face suggested humor. She sighed, almost disappointed. "You always needed everything spelled out." The paramedics stepped back, giving us space. That alone told me enough. This wasn't an emergency.
This was arranged. Why?
My voice didn't break. I was surprised by that. Lily tilted her head, studying me like I was a problem she'd already solved. "Because you don't know when to step aside." A slow, burning anger replaced the fear. "Step aside from what?" "From everything," she said simply. "The house, the accounts, Dad's will." The words hit like glass.
Dad.
"He didn't leave you anything," I whispered. Her smile sharpened. "Not officially." And then I understood.
Forgery.
Manipulation. Pressure. And me? An obstacle. "You thought killing me would fix that?" I asked. Lily didn't flinch. It would have simplified things. Footsteps approached behind her. That man from the train. Now standing beside my sister. Not hiding anymore. Partners. Lily's voice dropped to a whisper. "But you ruined the clean version." I looked from Lily to the man beside her, and for the first time, I didn't feel afraid. I felt clear. You made one mistake, I said quietly. Lily raised an eyebrow. Only one. You assumed I came here unprepared. Her smile faltered, just a fraction. I reached into my bag slowly, deliberately, and pulled out my phone. Carla didn't just warn me, I continued. She told me everything. Lily's eyes flicked to the man. He stiffened. Daniel Mercer, I said, finally naming him. Your fiancé. His shell companies. The forged documents. The transfer attempts after Dad died. Silence.
Heavy. Sharp.
I didn't understand it at first, I admitted. But I recorded everything after Carla called. Every message. Every photo. The paramedics behind me shifted. Not paramedics. Officers. Plain clothes. Lily's composure cracked. Just slightly. You set this up? She whispered. I shook my head.
No.
You did. The man moved too late. Hands grabbed him. Pulled him back. Lily stepped away from me like I'd become something dangerous. You tried to erase me, I said softly. Her eyes filled, not with regret, but realization. And as they took them both, I finally felt something settle inside me. Not revenge. Justice.